Hey guys, it's springtime out here at the farm, so we're going to be clear trunking some of our hollies. This is an Eagleston holly, about 14 foot tall. The tools we're going to be using is a Baco folding saw and a pair of Philco #2 clippers. Not sponsored by either one of those companies, but I do recommend them. I enjoy them. All right, so there's three things that we're going to be looking for in clear trunking a tree. And not all hollies have these three things that can make it a clear trunk tree. One is the tree straight? All right, we're gonna get in here. I don't know if you can get in here and look, but tree's nice and straight. I pre-picked this tree out just so you know, and it does work for a clear trunk tree. So it's nice and straight. It doesn't have to be straight all the way to the top. Whatever's hidden in the crown will be okay, even if it has a dog leg or something. Florida Grazing Standards says that's okay if there's a dog leg in the crown of a tree. All right, so that's number one, is straightness. We do have a straight trunk. We want to make sure that clear trunk portion is especially straight. Number two, we're going to look at branch structure. Now, if we get in here, we want to make sure there's good branching around the tree at the spot where we want the bottom of the crown to be. Okay, so we don't have any vertical branches in here, which is bad. We want horizontal branching. If you have a vertical branch, it can go up, and if you remove the branch, it creates a big void in the tree, and that's not something we want. So we got no vertical branching. That's good. We got a nice little even amount of branches on the at the bottom of the crown we're going to produce, so that's good. Third thing we're going to look at is the size of the branches. We don't want to really cut something too big to create a big opening on the tree. That's going to take a long time to heal over. We want something not that big to cut off. And we want to be making sure that we do proper pruning cuts when we do that. All right, I think it's time. This tree passes all that. We have good branches, nothing too crazy we're going to be cutting off. We got nice straight tree. We got nice branch structure. It's time to start removing branches, and we want to make sure that we're getting proper pruning cuts on these branch removals. So come around here, Mark, and we're gonna start right in here. There's a big gap anyway, so it's gonna be good for making this a clear trunk tree. I'm using handsaw on most everything. I could use clippers in here, but I'm gonna use the handsaw. It's a little bit more versatile. You wanna hold the branches as you're removing them so as to not split the branch as it's coming off. Notice I'm not cutting the collar of the branch. You see right here, the swelling up that's at the base of the branch. That's what we don't want to cut. So I'm not cutting it off. Tree will heal over quite nicely. The smaller branches I don't want to use a saw on because it's going to be too wobbly when I try to saw. So I'm going to use clippers on that one. And we don't want to leave any branch stubs. What is a branch stub? This is a branch stub. This is also a branch stub. We don't want anything left too far out. My clippers away. All right, I'm gonna remove this one. Sometimes not that easy to get the good angle. It's about a 45-degree angle, maybe less. Got some smaller branches here. I got my saw out already. I'm just gonna cut it off. All these are proper pruning cuts. These are not downgradable according to Florida Grazing Standards. Now, that means that I can send these fresh cut off like this to a job site, and it's not a downgrade. It's a proper pruning cut, meaning it's not being cut into the collar. A little more than I wanted. All right, so we got most of the branches off here. Here is a dilemma here. Okay, we got a couple of branches here. Do we want to leave them and leave that crown kind of lower? I don't think so. I'm gonna take it off and we're gonna see what it looks like without it, because we have even nicer branches up here that can be at the bottom of the crown. So taking this off, and we'll get the rest with clippers. Now also gonna make sure none of these hanging branches are too low. We wanna make sure it's nice and level. Anything hanging. All right, well, that pretty much does it. And that's how we transform a Eagleston holly from a full to ground tree to a clear trunk tree. For Shade Tree Farm, located west of Ocala in Florida, 350 acres of field grown trees, all graded Florida #1 or better. Let us know if you need some.